Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to talk about VFX and how I got into it, how I got into the whole industry, and why I chose VFX, why it was interesting to me. I won't say as a career, but why it was so passionate for me, why I was passionate about it. Explain about my history of getting into VFX and all this. So that's gonna be this video, so let's go. For anyone who's new to the channel, so I'm a VFX artist. I am a compositor. I've been doing compositing for almost 7 years now. So if I go back, I would have to say before VFX my base was actually video editing. So I used to be a video editor. I am a video editor even right now. But that's where it all started. I think the first time I edited a video was when I was in 4th grade, I guess. I think it was in 2004 or 5 when I was in 4th grade. I basically didn't have internet connection at my home. I think most of us didn't have at that time. We just had a PC, which we were lucky to have. So I just had a basic, the huge monitor PC at that time. And because at that time, if you want to play any game, you need to have the CD or you have to buy the CD from someone. So because I didn't have any games at that time, so I was just clicking the start menu on Windows and basically going to all programs and checking out every program what is there in the computer. And when I was clicking like one by one, I came through Windows Movie Maker, which is like the basic editing software which we have like in every Windows PC. I don't know if they have it right now, but like this is the time when we had Windows XP, I guess. At that time, I think Movie Maker is like the standard software in every PC. It's like free software. So I opened that and I just went through it. And I used to have these old Michael Jackson videos at that time. I don't know how I got them. I think from a friend. I used to have these 3 Michael Jackson videos at that time. And then I used to have all these Tamil songs, saved in a folder. So basically, after like going through the software for like some time, I learned like how to bring something into the interface. So I imported the video and I imported the audio and I basically played through it. I basically did like a Michael Jackson video, but with a Tamil song going in the background. I just edited the video to the song. So that was like the first video I did. And then, which was like interesting for me. I don't know. It was like very curious. I was very curious to do like more stuff. And then by the time I was in 9th, 10th grade, like we actually had internet in our home. So I started Googling stuff and downloading more softwares. Obviously, my system wasn't like huge enough to accept Premiere Pro or something like that. So I used to use these other softwares. When I was in 11th grade, like I did like a project for school. So we had a competition. We had to do like a video and I edited that video. And, me and my friends, like we used to do like, we wanted to do a short film like when we were in 11th grade. We did go for a shoot and we even edited a teaser or trailer or something. But then like we just stopped it, like it didn't happen. But at that time, like I decided like I want to do video editing. I'm not gonna do engineering or whatever. So I decided like I'm just gonna do Viscom. I decided this in like 11th standard, but I was in science group. I joined Viscom, and then after that it was just like exposure. So after joining Viscom, like people used to do short films, and my friend was doing a short film. I wanted to edit that, but again, like I didn't have a very good PC at that time, so I wasn't able to get Premiere Pro to run in my system. And then by the time like around like second year of college, I bought a new PC because eventually I had to do that, because I won't get any practice. So around like second year of college, I got a new PC, and that was like a very good PC at that time. I had a graphics card and all those stuff, so I can pretty much run like anything like Premiere Pro or even After Effects. So I started with Premiere Pro. I did short films, music videos. It was just like constant exposure of doing something like over and over again, so you get good at it. And then I did that throughout like the first year and second year. We also did like short films on our own, so much of editing. And then like I also came through like After Effects, and then I started learning After Effects from YouTube videos. And then like for one short film, I used to do like a little bit of FX. That's when I got the exposure of all this kind of VFX, and I don't really know. I just thought it's VFX as a whole, so I didn't know there's like compositing or anything like that. So I was doing both Premiere for video editing and After Effects to do some effects and all that stuff, and it was all YouTube. Like, so if I wanted to do something, I just go and search it. If I don't know how to do it, I just see some video and I try to implement that. So that's how I used to do, like, all the time. So this was in 2014 2015, around that time. And then in 2015, I think I was in second year of college, and I just watched this random. So at that time, like, we don't really have any exams or anything like that. We don't have to study or anything in college. The only thing we do is video editing and making like short films. And apart from that, like, I had like lots of free time, so I used to watch all like movies and TV series at that time. And that's when I started watching Game of Thrones. I think Game of Thrones released till, I think it was till season 6 at that time, or season 5 at that time. So I watched from season 1 to season 5, and like, season 3, the dragons come. I was just like, I was really impressed by, that's when I got the question, like, how do they do this, so and that, and even some other films, like Transformers, and even like Tamil films like Robot and Bahubali and all those things. Like, these movies actually made me curious to get this question that how do they do this. So as like a collective thing, I wanted to check it out. Again, I googled it. I saw some courses like Arena Animation, Image Animation, My Academy, Mac. All these places came on Google. I went to Mac because it was closer to my place at that time. I went to Mac and I looked up like their courses. They had like a 2-year program where you get like a diploma in VFX. So that program was like 2 years. I joined that. I started doing that, but then, like, I don't know, out of nowhere, like, I just wanted to see, like, what if we go outside, like after college, like go outside and study somewhere else. We've never done that. So I told my parents, and they said like, okay, we'll see. Just make sure like what you're gonna do. Be sure and what you're gonna do. That's what they said. Like, we'll just see when the time comes. So I was still in like second year. So what I did was then I thought like, if we're gonna go outside and study, then why should we do like a 2-year program here? And then I went to Mac. I changed my course to like a shorter course, like a 6 months course, where I actually learned Nuke like the first time. It was so hard. Like, I was very comfortable with After Effects at that time. So I wasn't even able to do Nuke at that time. Like, I learned it, but it was very confusing because the overall interface is very, very different. But I did learn the basics at that time, and I did like a demo reel. And then on the other side, like, I wanted to go and check like how to study abroad and all that. So I went to a consultancy with my dad. I initially had UK and New Zealand in mind. It's just from basic Google research. Like, from whatever I searched, I thought like UK and New Zealand are good. But then like I went to the consultancy and they said like, you're not gonna stay back if you're in UK. So better like maybe look for Canada. They have this short courses which are just like 8 months, which is like cheaper, and also like you finish fast and you can also stay back. So I don't remember the name of that person, but like huge thanks to that person in that consultancy. I think he was the first one to give me the idea of even going to Canada. This wasn't like IDP. This was another consultancy in Chennai. And then I looked up courses in Canada, and then I again went to a different consultancy, which is IDP. That's when I was sure like I'm going to Canada. And then I started applying and applied to colleges. And on the other side, I was sure like I had to make a demo reel. So for any college you need a demo reel. It was very, very interesting for me to do that, and me and my friends, I just got I think I only had that much. I think it was like 1,500 rupees or something like that. I think I only had that much money in my bank account at that time. So I spent everything, and I got like a huge green mat. I think it's like 7 feet or 8 feet by 7 feet. So it's like a huge screen. Like, I just got a huge green mat. I started doing like shots. So I used to watch all these videos on YouTube, and I just get ideas from that. And that's when I watched this movie called Ant-Man. That's when the first Ant-Man got released, and I was like really curious like how they make it small. So I wanted to do something like that, So make a character and make it small, but practically it was too much work. We have to do the backgrounds and all that. So I just thought, like, why not we do like the opposite? Let us make the character bigger, and we did like one shot like that with green mat, and it all worked out well. Like, it's just like basic experiment, but it did work out like really well. Yeah, I put up those shots on my demo reel and I submitted, and the whole 8 month process which I explained in the previous video, in my timeline video. So that's happened, and I applied to colleges and all that, and this was in 2015 to like 2016, and then I got in Seneca, and then I came to Canada. Even in Canada, I think mostly like most of the nuke stuff I actually learned in Seneca. Only after I joined Seneca, I got this understanding that okay, VFX has like different departments and you need to choose one. I initially was like very interested in like Houdini and FX stuff. So entire first semester I was concentrating a lot on like learning Houdini and doing like FX stuff. And out of nowhere, like it was just an instinct. Like by the end of like the first semester, I got a freelance project in India, like for a short film. I had to do some VFX for that, and I did that. And once I did that, like I don't know, I just like doing the final finished element instead of doing like an FX. I wanted to see the final result. It should be me who does the final result. So that's when like compositing comes. So I did those shots, and and even like people in my class, like other people, like they used to say like you're really good in comp without even like knowing it's compositing. I was doing that like even like in the previous years in college, but I didn't really know the term compositing. Like that's what I was doing. I just thought like it's VFX. So I decided to do comp, and then like I did my comp reel. Everything else I have explained in my other videos. I joined as a compositor. I did explain all this in my previous timeline video. So when it comes to like why I chose VFX, it's just like out of like pure curiosity and interest, because initially it just gave me like the same curiosity like how I was curious when I first started like video editing. It's just like a next step of that. So it was all like very related, like video editing and VFX. It's all like, it's not like same, but it's very related. And I just wanted to see like what is like the next step after video editing, and it just gave me like continuous curiosity. It gives me like even right now. That's why I'm still able to like work every day, because sometimes it's kind of like technical, it's kind of like repetitive. So work is like that. It's not gonna be interesting like every day, but most of the times when it comes to like creative stuff and I have to figure out something, then that's like very, very interesting for me. And I think that's the reason like why I'm able to still work in the same industry for like more than 6 years, because I don't think I'd be able to do that if I don't like it. It's like pure interest, and I was like very sure like this is what I wanted to do. So and I just chose it and I went for it. I think there's no other reason, and I was just like very impressed by all those movies which came at that time, like 2014, 2015. Let it be like Indian movies or English movies. It's just like it just gave me the question like how do they do this? Like we should know this, and and that's what led me to here right now. That's pretty much it. It's just like a small backstory of why I chose VFX and how I came into VFX. If you guys have any questions, like please do comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, it's Manish.